somehow it is cover it, because we're getting close to something that is very dangerous, I believe.
Be Kanye West if it wasn't for Michael Jackson.
With her recent remarks, conservative pundit Candace Owens, who is connected to controversial artist and businessman Kanye West, stirred up controversy. She attempted to connect Diddy's most recent lawsuit to Michael Jackson's untimely death, and it seems Kanye will ultimately be cleared even though he had made the same accusation years earlier. When discussing Diddy's legal issues and the unsettling silence she felt in the media, Owens made these claims in a podcast interview. Owens claims there is a link between Diddy's legal troubles and the enigmatic circumstances surrounding Michael Jackson's demise. The media isn't talking about this case, even though it might be more important than the Jeffrey Epstein case. Why? Owens put her social media followers' allegiance to the test. It is abhorrent to think that our leaders and the film industry are being forced to give in. She also draws attention to the fact that Michael Jackson's former head of security, who was present when Jackson passed away, was purportedly in charge of hiding the news that Diddy's child had been engaged in a shooting incident. According to Owens, this person and those like him might take drastic steps to safeguard their interests, just like M did. Owens also discussed 5 important lessons from Diddy's most recent court struggle on her show. She says there might be even bigger ramifications than there were in the well-known Jeffrey Epstein case. She shared her worries on social media as well. She drew attention to the dearth of news coverage concerning Diddy's legal troubles and made hints about the potential involvement of powerful people in politics and Hollywood. Though it may be more significant than the Jeffrey Epstein case, the Diddy case has not gotten any coverage in the media. The note from Owens included a link to her show. That's because of their engagement. Even though blackmailing politicians and celebrities is a nasty activity, we now know that it occurs. She thinks there's a dark plot afoot, one that tries to shield celebrities from investigation and responsibility. While Owens' assertions have generated discussion and skepticism, they also highlight the intricate power structures in the entertainment sector and the possible repercussions of widely reported court cases. According to Kanye West's shocking 2020 Twitter announcement, Michael Jackson had died. On June 25, 2009, Michael, who is 50 years old, passed away. The official cause of death was determined to be a lethal mix of drugs prescribed by his own physician, which resulted in cardiac arrest. Conrad Murray, the singer's physician, was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter in 2011 and was given a 4-year sentence with 2 years to serve for good conduct. MJ warned you about Tommy before they caught him, tweeted Kanye. Since then, the message has been deleted. In the name of Jesus, Kim preserve the life of my daughter. The last word is God's. All I have to live for is my kids. Chris, if you're not thinking about doing another Playboy shoot for your kids, I'm in Cody. The musician seemed to allude to Michael Jackson's altercation with Tommy Mottola, the former CEO of Sony, whom Jackson denounced as a racist and demonic for neglecting to publicize his 2001 album Invincible. In a statement at the time, Sony described Jackson's remarks on Mottola as absurd, vindictive, and disagreeable. For a split second on June 25, 2009, everything paused. The king of pop, Michael Jackson, had just passed away. He was a world celebrity due to his moonwalking. When he died, he was only 50 years old. Jackson's life was often bright and occasionally strange, but that June day was when it ended. When his siblings and their family band, the Jackson 5, became well known, Michael was able to achieve on his own. His trademark dance routines and hits like Beat It, Thriller, and Billie Jean helped him become incredibly famous all over the world. However, there was more to his notoriety than first glances. Jackson's normally brown skin turned paper white as the world watched. The musician was accused of molesting youngsters after his peculiar behavior caught the notice of tabloids. Nonetheless, he was ultimately found not guilty. The pop singer disappeared from the public view in 2005 after resolving multiple legal issues in the 1990s and 2000s. But when news of Michael Jackson's passing spread in 2009, he was getting ready to start another tour. though the cause of his death was not determined for months. Rumors that he had taken a lethal cocktail of prescription medicines recommended by his own doctor soon surfaced. He was found deceased in his Los Angeles home. However, not everyone agrees with the theory that the record-breaking hitmaker overdosed to death, including Kanye. They think the reason he was fired was that he was about to reveal some insider Hollywood knowledge. The world has had difficulty defining Michael's legacy in the years following his passing. According to unsettling documentary footage that was made public in 2019, he abused children and got away with it despite being one of the most popular and well-known musicians in the world. The main query is, who is the cause of all of these issues, and why isn't Diddy being prosecuted in the same manner now that other people have come out and leveled claims against him in public? Michael was born in Gary, Indiana, on August 29, 1958, into a large family of musicians. He began playing with his older siblings in the band the Jackson 5 when he was 5 years old, and he eventually rose to the position of frontman. With hits like I Want You Back and I'll Be There, the Jackson 5 boys became well known in the early 1970s and continued in their father Joe's relentless and often violent footsteps. But Michael also began to carve out a path for himself. He made his Motown solo debut in 1972 with the release of Got to Be There. He debuted as an actor in the cult film The Wiz in 1978. Following that, the singer's first solo album for Epic Records, Off the Wall, was released in 1979. It ended up being the year's best-selling record overall. However, in the 1980s, everything drastically altered. Then, in 1982, Jackson dropped his album Thriller, and the following year, he debuted the music video for his now famous Thriller. With 70 million copies sold worldwide, the album went on to become the best-selling record in history, and the music video played a significant part in ushering in the MTV era. Jackson was dubbed the King of Pop by Robert Hilburn of the Los Angeles Times for his amazing dance performances, which included the moonwalk. But as the musician gained popularity, unsettling stories about him started to circulate. While some felt uneasy about his constantly shifting appearance, particularly his pallid skin tone, others were more worried about more pressing problems. Jackson's appearance has seen a significant transformation since his early years of fame in the 1990s. His skin, which had previously been dark, had turned an eye-catching white, almost translucent. In a 1993 interview with Oprah Winfrey, he responded to the accusations made about his skin by stating that he had vitiligo. Michael stated in the interview that he had never bleached his skin and had only ever used makeup to cover up vitiligo-related blotchiness. It is hurtful when others make up stories about me that make me want to be someone else. I'm having issues with it. It is beyond my control. However, what about the millions of individuals who attempt to change their hue and identity by sun exposure? That topic is never discussed at all. Reports circulated in the years that followed, alleging that Michael was the target of influential people who were also allegedly to blame for all of his problems, both legal and otherwise. Tommy Mottola is reportedly one of them. For the first time, in 2002, fans were astonished when Michael publicly attacked Mottola and Sony, the record label he was tied to. The musician accused the record industry of mistreating black artists as she was present at a news conference with Reverend Al Sharpton. She named Mottola as the primary perpetrator of the discrimination inside the industry. In actuality, record companies and artists work together. They take advantage of black artists in particular by lying, stealing, and misusing their power. The musician claimed at the time that Tommy Mottola, the head of Sony's record division, is extremely evil, racist, and terrible. Michael then proceeded to show off his rage at Mottola by waving a poster of the music tycoon with a pitchfork on top of his head, a tail, and devil horns. In addition, he carried a picket banner that read "Sony Music Kills." Although there had long been rumors of animosity between Mottola and Michael, the singer's disdain for Sony intensified after the label declined to release his studio album Invincible in 2001. Sony's refusal to release a charity song that Michael recorded on September 11 further infuriated Michael. He was even more upset at the time because a contract he and Sony were working on to license his record masters had fallen through, which was just adding fuel to the fire. Michael canceled his Sony contract and chose not to go on tour to promote the album as a result. Following their recent debate, some Twitter users agreed with Kanye West's assertions that Michael's death was caused by his record label. They started disseminating unsubstantiated conspiracy theories, such as the one claiming Medulla had dispatched medical professionals to the singer's Neverland ranch in order to kill him. As one fan put it, Tommy Mottola is really, really evil. MJ declared to the world that John Branca was the devil. They labeled him crazy and told him lies. To keep people from comprehending, they tried to disenfranchise silence and disparage others. MJ never had a mental illness. You're not insane. May God reward you. Is it possible that those who defeated Michael Jackson are now defending Diddy as well, given what Candace and Kanye have said? Only time will tell. And that's it from us today. Until next time, thank you for watching.